win back-to-back titles.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something that Coach Bruger and his team know about because they won that a couple of years ago. Our opening tip goes to the Eagles. Michael Fugate, sophomore point guard, brings the ball up court. Lakeland will be going right to left again across your screen in the first half, while Lake Central going left to right. First shot of the game goes to sophomore guard Blake Hyman. And the rebound goes out of bounds, Wall Lake Central ball. Lakeland comes out in a full court press, kind of a zone trapping press, 2-2-1.
One thing that will be interesting is to see if Central can handle Lakeland's pressure. They like to get at full court. We'll see if they can handle that pressure early on.
Central seems to be a similar team to Brighton, who Lakeland beat on Wednesday. Not necessarily strong in the guard area, but they've got some size, and maybe their posts are going to be the strength. On that first possession for Wall Lake Central, traveling, ball goes to Lakeland. Wall Lake Central comes out in a man-to-man defense. Well, give and go there, action between Blake Hyman and Kyle McNulty. Block on the shot, and it'll be a traveling call against the Eagles after McNulty's shot got blocked.
Well, it looks early like Coach Bruger wants to go into the post to Blake Hyman. He's done that twice now on consecutive possessions. So maybe he saw something when he was scouting Central, and maybe that's something that they want to look to take advantage of tonight.
Central brings the ball up over half court, taking most of the 10 seconds they're allowed to do so. Very deliberate. Once again, there's no shot clock in high school basketball, so teams are allowed to kind of just find their rhythm and work the clock as long as they need to. Lakeland also in a man-to-man defense in the half-court set.
One thing I expect early is these two teams to really feel each other out. They haven't met this season, so first time they're really getting to play against each other this year.
Now, I'm sure I saw the Central team and the coach at the game the other night, and I'm sure they noticed that Brighton had a lot of success really in the paint early on and throughout the game. So, they got it into their post player a couple times there, but weren't able to get anything out of that. And we're still scoreless as we hit the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. Pull-up jumper by Luke Hyman is off the mark, but McNulty with an offensive board does not go in either. We're still scoreless here.
Well, especially for the Lakeland group, you expect maybe a little bit of jitters. Haven't been on the stage yet. Central, probably pretty comfortable with this right now, being through it last year.
It's a nice entry pass there. Number 42 scores for Wall Lake Central. That's Joe Marshall. Luke Hyman with the ball at the top of the key, getting into his favorite area to shoot, pulls it out and kicks it back out to his brother Blake. Blake looking for an angle to drive. Nothing there, and rebound goes to Wall Lake Central.
One thing I've noticed so far is that it looks like Central's guards are able to handle Lakeland's quick guards on the perimeter. It looks like they're playing good help side off the ball, clogging the lane a little bit, making it tough for Lakeland to get those buckets in the paint.
Baseline shot by number 44 is a little long. Rebound to Lakeland. Blake Hyman pushing the ball up court to their point guard, Michael Fugate. Drive and dishes it out to Chris Ducek. And they're going to call it traveling on Ducek, who sinks the shot after the whistle. Well, Lake Central represents the Western Lakes Athletic Association, the WLAA, and Lakeland, of course, represents the Kensington Valley Conference, a league that they finished second in this year. Pretty surprising year for the young team. And I talked to Coach Berger earlier, and he said it was a good year so far, and he said it'd be a great year to come out of here with a district title, and if not more. Drive down the lane by number 44. That's Brandon Joseph. Puts the Vikings up 4-0 early on in the game. We're at about the 4-minute mark of the first quarter.
Well, talking with Coach Bruger earlier in the year, he said this team's just an absolute joy to coach. A lot of fun. They're all competitive. And he just likes how hard they work day in and day out.
Fugate there with a nice dish to Govan. It's Andy Govan, number 53. He's a senior down in the paint. He couldn't handle the ball. Turnover Lakeland. Ball goes to Wall Lake Central. Then they break the 2-2-1 press. That's going to be an offensive charge against number 20 for Wall Lake Central. Drawing the charge for Lakeland was number 53, Govan.
Well, that'll be a key for Lakeland tonight. Can some of their seniors come off the bench and contribute here and there? Right there, Govan picks up a charge. Maybe he brings that energy. They have Andre Calamai, who we'll see in a little bit, I'm sure, and he'll bring some defensive energy as well.
That's a little carryover from Wednesday night's game where we saw many offensive foul calls, and it's a good way to start the game for Govan. Blake Hyman's shot goes off the top of the backboard, but Lakeland again with an offensive board. Govan with a shot and fouled on the shot. Foul is against number 14 for Wall Lake Central. That's Cody Resnick. It puts the senior at the line for 2.
I like the way Andy's played this year. I think he's done a good job coming off the bench. He's obviously undersized as a post player, but he works hard. He's got a good mid-range jumper for a bigger guy, and he likes to do the dirty work. So I'm really impressed with the way he's played this year.
And he takes advantage of it by putting both free throws in. Puts Lakeland on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. It's 4-2 Wall Lake Central. That's the first turnover against the pressure by Central. Lakeland with the ball, back in Fugate's hands, top of the circle. Blake with a drive down to the block, kicks it back out top of the key. Ducic for a pull-up with another offensive board for Luke Hyman, who gets the putback in for 2 for Lakeland, 4-4. That's about the 4th or 5th offensive rebound we've seen for the Eagles.
Yep. Just a careless pass right there from Resnick. Just over, threw it about 10 feet over his teammate there. And right now it looks like Central's getting a little unraveled. So this could be good things for Lakeland here to close out the quarter. Oh, tough call.
That's a tough call against Luke Hyman on the moving screen there at the above the arc. Once again, though, we've seen this crew of referees, be willing and to make that offensive call, no matter where it is on the court. Oh, it's a tough call from the back referee. Looked like a clean block from our angle. Foul goes against number 23, Fugate. That'll send number 22 for Wall Lake Central to the line. That's Matt Resnick. I'm sorry, Matt Golden. He makes the first free throw, 5-4, Wall Lake Central. And the lefty misses the second free throw. Rebound by Govan. Handles some pressure and gets it to his guards. Fugate bringing the ball up. Approaches half court. Gets a high screen from Govan. And they're going to say that one went off Fugate's knee, out of bounds. Sub in for Lakeland, senior guard number 11, Andre Calamai.
Well, that's a pretty tough turnover there. I thought Fugate got bumped coming around that screen. Obviously the refs saw it differently, but that's a tough turnover for Mike.
Lakeland now more in a just man-to-man full court, a little token pressure. It's a nice defensive job by Ducic there. Pressured the ball pretty hard. And a turnover by Central. And Central brings up the full court pressure against Lakeland. Ooh, it was a great drive by Hyman and just rolled off the rim there. Saw a good seal on the block there by Govan, too, to kind of give him that pass to the rim. We're under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 5-4, Wall Lake Central. See a double team on the baseline. And shot by Central goes off the side of the backboard. Hyman with the rebound. Blake Hyman brings the ball up, gets the ball to Fugate, top of the circle. And they look to run their offense. Lakeland does a nice job of reversing the ball side to side. A shot long by Blake Hyman. Rebound again for Lakeland.
Ooh.
Govan this time, the beneficiary, gets a shot up and is fouled on the shot. Fouls against number 44 for Alexander, Brandon Joseph. Govan's first free throw is off to the left, no good. Luke Hyman subs back in for Lakeland. Duchik take a breather.
You got to be happy with the fouls that, Govan's creating on the inside and getting to the line a little bit here early often. It's a good sign for Lakeland if they can get some easy points at the line tonight.
Govan's second shot, a little short, bounces around the rim, no good. Central with the rebound. See Lakeland's pressure is to double the ball, and kind of an errant pass there by number 50. Really nobody there. Hyman dribbling through the pressure, brings the ball up. Fugate with an open look, but decides to pass it up. And Lakeland will reset the offense, look to reverse the ball. Luke Hyman with the ball now on the near side. We're at just under 40 seconds now in the first quarter. Fugate with the ball. Looks like Coach Brugger is calling a play to run out the quarter.
This is definitely something you'll see at the end of quarters with Coach Brugger. He'll try to get the last shot, get something good for his team.
Blake Hyman with the ball just inside the half-court line. Baseline screen for Fugate with the open three. Misses it. Luke Hyman with the offensive rebound.
Oh,
and they're going to call a foul as Luke got his guy up in the air, went up under the guy, got hit, and missed a shot. But there's another offensive rebound for Lakeland.
The most impressive thing about that play is not only did he get that rebound, but I saw Luke look up to the clock as soon as he got the ball, saw how much time he had. He knew he could get enough fake in there and get the defender off of his feet. So really crafty move by the senior.
First shot is off the front of the rim, no good. I'd say that's an early storyline in this game so far is Lakeland's ability to get offensive rebounds. Misses the second free throw. Half a second left in the first quarter. Wall Lake Central inbound the ball. Imagine they'll just hold it, and that's the end of the quarter. After one quarter here in our district final, Wall Lake Central 5, Lakeland 4.
Well, really I'm not too surprised by the score of this first quarter. I figured it'd be a little bit low scoring. They haven't played each other this year. Looks like both teams can defend on the ball. Central, I'm really impressed with the way they get out and defend you. They take away one of the things that Lakeland does best is attack the basket. And they're able right now to really help out each other on defense, and they're doing a great job keeping Lakeland out of the lane. So I've been really impressed by Walled Lake Central so far.
There's an old saying about defense winning championships, and right now we've got a game where we had 3 field goals in the first quarter. There's a lot of people out there who, as far as basketball fans, would look at that first quarter and say, ugh. Nope. But, that's, a credit to the defensive work and effort on both sides to kind of limit their good looks. And it's also part of the feeling each other out in the early part of a district final.
Yep. So I expect to see, this second quarter being a little bit more smoothly played, maybe a little bit more high scoring.
It's kind of a special night here for Lakeland because not only is the basketball team competing here for a district title, but as luck would have it, the girls volleyball team is over at Heartland High School right now competing for a regional title. They haven't had any updates yet on their regional semifinal match, but when we do get word on that, we'll definitely update our viewers. We got here another, I think they're called carrying the ball on that. Yep. Could have been maybe an offensive foul, but took the easy way out and just made it a turnover. Lakeland ball coming out. Another sub coming in. Calamai to take a break, and Duchik coming back in.
Well, it definitely looks like Coach Berger is going to have a pretty short bench here tonight, about maybe 7, maybe 8 deep, depending on any foul situations. Same with Central. They've gone 7 deep so far, and I don't really look to see much more.
This will be a foul against Wall Lake Central. This is foul on number 14. I believe that's his second foul. That's Resner. Sorry, that's Resnick, not Trent Resner. I think he's a singer for 9 Inch Nails, but we got another sub coming in for Wall Lake Central, number 20. Brian Mitchell. Lakeland to inbound the ball here in front of the cameras. Luke Hyman with the ball, got a lane on the left, pulls up for the J. The bank shot is good. Lakeland with the first lead of the game, 6-5. Once again, Lakeland back in its 2-2-1 pressure. Really just kind of a tempo type of press, but they'll take the turnovers whenever they can get them. And as soon as the ball comes over half court, Lakeland goes into a man-to-man. Central with inbounds the ball to number 22, kicks it back out. Number 12 pulls up for 3 and makes it. That was number 12, Nick Green for 3. Central back out in lead, 8-6, just under 7 minutes in this first half.
We're already starting to see a little bit more of an up-tempo style here early in the second quarter, so that could be a thing to watch for the rest of the game.
Fugate with a nice drive. There might have been foul, but they didn't call it. Rebound for Wall Lake Central. Chance for them to bring the ball up against no pressure. You can see I can, as I watch what happens on the defensive end, whenever the ball goes to the block or even they're looking to inbound it, the guy in the weak side is looking to double the post. Turnover for Central. Blake Hyman with a nice hesitation move. Good drive to the basket, off the glass, a little strong. Rebound for Wall Lake Central. They push the ball up.
Well, early on, Blake's been very aggressive. He's taken about 6 or 7 shots already. Tough luck, a couple tough luck misses, but we look to see him get things going here
20
soon.
with the shot for Central. 42 gets the offensive board. 12 with the drive and the make. Coach Brugger decides to take a 20-second timeout here as Wall Lake Central goes up 10-6 at the 5:41 mark of the second quarter.
Well, Central got what they wanted out of Nick Green. He's a senior coming off the bench, and he's come in and supplied 5 points quickly for them. And that's when, we'll see, whose bench is more productive tonight. That could be a key to this game. So right now, I'm sure Coach for Central is really excited about that.
One thing I've noticed so far about the shots that Blake Hyman's taken so far tonight, all very good shots. They all seem a little long, a little strong. Maybe that's, chalk that up to maybe some extra adrenaline for this district final.
Oh, definitely. The adrenaline's going, and you want to perform at your highest level. It's coming off a 20-point night in the win over Brighton on Wednesday night. So, he's feeling good. He's a great talent on the court, so it's just a matter of him settling down a little bit and getting into his game. Kind of let the game come to you a little bit.
And the thing I'd say, they're all of them are good looks, good shots, and he's definitely one of the key scorers for Lakeland. So Coach Brugger, I'm sure, has said to him, "Hey, just keep scoring. Keep looking to shoot."
Definitely not going to tell him to stop looking to shoot. So.
Okay, it looks like Wall Lake Central comes out, maybe a little zone look here, a little 3-2 zone.
Yep.
Not unusual, once again, for a coach to change up a defensive look out of a timeout. Lakeland does a nice job kind of breaking it down. Blake Hyman gets the ball in the middle, passes it to his brother on the opposite block, and Luke finishes it. 10-8, Wall Lake Central. Good pressure once again. It was a 2-2-1, but there's a lot of pressure on the ball. Ducic doing a great job pressuring the ball against that, even though it's a kind of a zone press. If you do a good job of pressuring the ball, it becomes more of a man-to-man look. Oh, wow, an interesting call here. Looks like he's calling a technical against the Wall Lake Central guard, number 12.
He obviously didn't like the contact he received over there and thought maybe a blocking foul should have been called. But
Michael Fugate, sophomore guard for Lakeland, will go to the line to take a couple technical free throws. He did this the other night too, and generally these are almost guaranteed points for the Eagles. And he makes the first one. Glad to see Mike's not making me look like a fool by jinxing him. Come on, make the second one here, Mike. There you go. Good job. I'm not really sure they even called a personal foul on the guy there. They just called a technical. That's kind of unusual. It does count as a personal foul against number 12. But bottom line is Lakeland with the ball now. Tie game 10-10, 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half.
It looks like Central went back to their man-to-man pressure. They were successful doing it. It's kind of weird to see him go to zone.
Backdoor cut there, feed from Luke Hyman to Chris Duchek, who gets it in off the glass. Lakeland takes another lead, 12-10. Walled Lake Central with a wide open look on the block. Good offensive rebound by Central. Misses the bunny. Rebound for Lakeland. We had 2 wide open looks there for Central. They missed them both. Mike Fugate attacks the zone. Good dish to Andre Calamine. Floats it in. Lakeland now up 4. After that timeout, that's been an 8-0 run.
Yep. They're doing a great job attacking and finding
here we go. Good defensive pressure. Fugate again with the attack in the basket. Duchek with the rebound. Doesn't go in. Lakeland pulls it out. Reverses the ball to Blake Hyman. He pulls up for the J inside the lane and makes it.
Yep, it's good time for a timeout now.
Timeout by Walled Lake Central's coach. Probably one possession too late.
Yep. Oh, that was just a huge couple minutes for Lakeland. They're finally doing what they do best. They attack the basket. When someone helps, all their guards have great passing ability. They see the court well, so they always find the open man. And right now, they're just picking apart Central's defense. They're finding all the gaps and doing a great job attacking right now.
I tell you, anybody who blinked just missed a big run for the Eagles. And, you know, we got a good student section here to cheer them on. The student section's on their feet. They're, you know, that little run there has got them into the game now. That was a 10-0 run so far. You know, down 4, timeout. Coach Bruger said, hey, here's what we want to do. Let's get back into our game plan. Sure enough, they respond.
Well, as you talked about on Wednesday night, I remember you saying towards the end of the broadcast that in a one-game situation against a team that Lakeland hasn't faced this year, you like Coach Bruger's chances of winning that game. We obviously know him pretty well. We know he's not just a great coach, but he prepares his team very well. He knows. He does tons of scouting. I'm sure he's watched hours and hours of tape on Central, and he has a great game plan. And now we're starting to see that come into play.
And part of that is, you know, his players also respect him. They know that what he says is going to be true, and it's going to be accurate. You know, there's no doubt there.
Well, when you put those championships up on a banner, it's not hard to believe in a guy. So he's got that kind of credit now.
Lakeland comes out in a little different look this time, kind of a matchup, man-to-man, full-court press. Still looking to trap when they get the opportunity there. Walled Lake Central beats the press that time. Oh, that's just kind of really a bad shot coming to that timeout. A one-on-one move, pull up Jay with a guy in your face.
Now as I'm looking at in the court, you can kind of see this young Lakeland squad starting to get a little bit of confidence, a little bit of swagger. And that's something we've seen a lot this year. Once they get going, they know how good they can play.
That's right. And, you know, and on the other side, just Central I don't know. I'm not really sure what they're doing out there. There's a turnover against Luke Hyman. Good pressure on the ball there by number 22 for Walled Lake Central.
Well, one thing Lakeland does do well is they wear you down. As the game goes on, your guards get worn down a little bit because they just keep bringing pressure and pressure the entire night. So it's tough on the guards.
Central with the ball looking to end this 10-0 run by the Eagles. Yeah, look at a good seal down in the paint. Double team in the block, and they do. They took advantage of the mismatch. Number 42 being guarded there by Fugate. Definitely a 4 or 5 inch mismatch, and Central able to break that 10-0 run. Fugate with the ball at the top of the key. Well, nice backdoor cut by Blake Hyman, who gets it up in the air and in. It looks like he's settled in now. Yep. He's made a couple baskets now, and back into his groove.
That's bad news bears for Central if Blake Hyman gets going a little bit.
Oh, tough call there, but Duchek on the foul there. Duce wants an explanation.
That kind of looked like the Central player kind of threw a shoulder into him there. Created the contact on his own, but
Central inbound on the ball.
that's why we don't have the whistles around our neck.
A little tight on that one. That's, follow up on the last call. It's not surprising. That foul goes against number 5, Luke Hyman. We're at the 2:14 mark of the second quarter. Lakeland leading 18-12. And another basket by Wall Lake Central on the block. 44 of the basket this time. That's 2 consecutive scores for Wall Lake Central after the timeout. Fugate with the ball.
Definitely looks like Central's gotten back to the idea, let's get it in the post, try to score.
Duchik looks to drop the ball off to his post player. Intercepted by Central. They're pushing the ball up court. Pull up 3. Tough shot there. Really not probably. An offensive rebound gets slapped into number 22's hands, and he happened to be right in the right spot in the right time for an easy putback. 18-16 now. Lakeland still leading.
That's how you answer a 10-0 run. Get a little run going for yourselves.
Lakeland going into its 3-guard set where they just kind of exchange the ball. Blake Hyman, Chris Duchik, and Mike Fugate outside the circle. Kind of slowed the tempo of the game down a little bit, look for that mismatch, and then look for them to kind of attack and drive and dish. 5-second call there against Fugate with the ball. I don't know if he was that closely guarded, but Coach Brugger questioning that call.
Definitely not happy with that. There's been a couple questionable calls already. One thing you don't want to do is talk about the refs because then they're not doing their job
what he's
properly.
questioning there is the guy really never gave him a clear indication that he was counting the 5-second count. And then all of a sudden, boom, he just called it. Good denial on the pass there by Duchik, going in strong with the left hand. That's 2 points for Lakeland, 20-16, 48 seconds left in the first half.
That's what Chris Dukic does. He defends well. He'll get his buckets off of turnovers like that, and here he is again.
Duchik picking up the intensity, almost creating another turnover. Indeed, it is a turnover. Going down with a feed to Fugate. Pushing the ball up the court. Good decision, nothing really there. That was great. Great momentum there. A drive by Blake Hyman to Calamai, who floats it up. Might have been a shot that Brugger didn't want.
I just think, there's end of the quarter, he probably wanted one shot there instead of going early. But, when you're feeling good and you've got the momentum, it's tough to slow those kids down that time. So.
Plus, it's also tough for them to hear you on the opposite side of the court. That was definitely the case. Lakeland does have the possession arrow coming out for the second half. It would have been a classic example of holding it up for the last shot and knowing that you're going to get the ball coming out too. Now Central has the opportunity to get the last basket of the first half. Lob pass to number 22, gets it in the paint. A little left-handed shot, rolls around the rim. 2 seconds, 1 second, half-court shot by Fugate, just short. Our halftime score, Lakeland 20, Wall Lake Central 18.
Oh, that definitely what we expected there in the second quarter. I mean, got a little bit more offense going, a lot better looks for both teams, a better pace of the game, better flow. Pretty enjoyable to watch. 2 athletic teams out there today.
If my math is correct, I think that was a 16-13 quarter. They will be going for a regional title, trying to make it 2 years in a row in that regard.
Well, definitely good luck to those ladies tonight.
Well, let's get back to basketball here. Lakeland with the ball to open up the half. Fugate with the ball, looking to get it into Blake Hyman. Nothing there for him, so they kick it back out. And they just switched places. Blake looking for Mike that time. Nothing there. Now looking to reverse the ball. Mike Fugate with the ball, just right at the top of the key, backs it out. Obviously looking to run a design play there. They didn't get anything they liked, and they were patient enough to bring it back out and just run their main offense. Nobody on either team in real foul trouble.
No, not yet.